You ever notice how some days just feel like a fight the second you wake up? The world's already throwing noise at you, demands, expectations, problems you didn't ask for. And most people, they drown in it. They live on autopilot, forgetting the one truth no one ever tells you. Your mind is the real battlefield. Here's the shocker. Most of the pain you carry isn't from what happens to you, but from what you tell yourself about it. That's right. The stories in your head can either destroy you or save you. And listen, I get it. You've tried the motivational quotes, the advice, the routines. But what if I told you that the secret isn't adding more noise? It's repeating just a few powerful truths to yourself every single day. 9 of them. 9 reminders that the Stoics lived by that can change the way you see everything. Stick with me, because in this video, we're breaking down those 9 truths one by one. They're simple. They're timeless. And once you start telling yourself these things every day, you'll never see life the same way again. Chapter 1. I control my mind, not the world. The world is noisy, chaotic, unpredictable. Every morning, before your feet even touch the ground, life is already demanding something from you. Emails, deadlines, family, bills, expectations, none of which you can truly control. And that's where most people begin their suffering. They wake up already defeated, believing the weight of the world is theirs to carry. But imagine this instead. You wake up, and the very first thing you tell yourself is, I control my mind, not the world. This was Marcus Aurelius' secret as Emperor of Rome. Surrounded by war, betrayal, and the endless noise of politics, he could have easily been consumed by anger or despair. But he reminded himself daily that the external world would never bow to his wishes. The storms outside were not his to command, only the storms within. Picture this. You're standing in the middle of a raging storm. The rain is fierce, the wind unforgiving, the sky black with thunder. You can't stop the storm. You can't control the lightning. But you can choose whether you panic or whether you stand still, breathing calmly, knowing the storm will pass. This is the essence of Stoicism. Life throws its storms, and we either try to control the uncontrollable or we master the one thing always within reach, our own mind. So tell yourself every single day, I control my mind, not the world. Because when you realize this, you stop being dragged around by circumstances, and you start leading yourself with clarity, calm, and power. And if this message resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs this reminder. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos, and let's continue this journey together, one thought, one practice, one day at a time. Chapter 2. This day is a gift, not a guarantee. Every morning, billions of people open their eyes, and yet, countless others never will. We forget how fragile this thing called today really is. We live as if the days are infinite, as if tomorrow is promised. But here's the truth, it isn't. The Stoics had a practice called memento mori, remember you must die. Not as a dark obsession, but as a bright awakening. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Imagine this. You're holding a priceless vase. Ancient, one of a kind, impossible to replace. If it were in your hands, you'd treat it with the greatest care, wouldn't you? You wouldn't toss it on the table carelessly or kick it across the floor. Yet, every morning, life places something far more valuable into your hands, a brand new day. But what do most people do? They complain. They scroll. They wait for the weekend. They treat today as ordinary, as disposable. And in doing so, they waste the greatest treasure they've been given. When you whisper to yourself, this day is a gift, not a guarantee, everything changes. Your conversations become deeper. Your work has more purpose. Even your smallest moments, sharing a meal, taking a walk, holding someone's hand, gain a richness that most people miss because they assume there will always be another chance. So when you wake up tomorrow, remember, today isn't just another day. It's a gift, the most valuable gift you'll ever receive. Don't squander it. Live it fully while you still have it. And if this thought struck something within you, don't let it fade. Carry it forward. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this message with someone you care about. And together, let's build a life where every day is lived as the miracle it truly is. Chapter 3. I am stronger than my struggles. Pain, struggle, hardship. These words alone can make your chest tighten. Because let's be honest, life will test you. It doesn't ask for your permission. It doesn't wait until you're ready. It just comes. But here's the truth most people forget. You've already survived every single challenge life has ever thrown at you. Every heartbreak, every setback, every sleepless night, you're still here. That means your strength has always been greater than your struggles. Think about a blacksmith. The fire doesn't destroy the iron. The hammer doesn't break it. Both are necessary to shape it into something sharp, useful, and unbreakable. Your struggles are the same. They are the fire. They are the hammer. And you are the iron being forged. Epictetus, a slave who became one of the greatest Stoic teachers, said, "Difficulties show what men are." He understood that life isn't cruel when it tests us. It's revealing what we're capable of. Imagine for a moment that every challenge you're facing right now, whether it's financial, emotional, or personal, isn't here to bury you. It's here to build you. What if instead of saying, "Why me?" you whispered to yourself, "Try me." The moment you tell yourself, "I am stronger than my struggles," you stop being the victim of life, and you start being the fighter who refuses to quit. Strength isn't the absence of pain. Strength is the decision to rise, even when the weight tries to crush you. And if this message lit a fire inside you, don't let it burn out. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this video with someone who needs to be reminded of their strength. And let's keep walking this path together, resilient, unshaken, and unbroken. Chapter 4. My worth isn't defined by others' opinions. We live in a world of constant judgment. Likes, comments, whispers behind your back. Everyone has something to say about how you look, what you do, and who you are. And if you're not careful, you start to live as a prisoner of other people's opinions, measuring your worth by their approval. But let me remind you of something powerful. The world didn't create your value, and the world can't take it away. Think of Marcus Aurelius. He was emperor of Rome, the most powerful man alive. Yet in his private writings, he reminded himself, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." He saw the trap. Even emperors are tempted to live for applause instead of truth. Now imagine this. You're standing on a stage in front of 1,000 people. Some clap, some boo, some don't care at all. If you live for their noise, your life will rise and fall with every sound. But if you know your worth comes from within, their noise becomes nothing more than background static. When you whisper to yourself, "My worth isn't defined by others' opinions," you reclaim your freedom. You stop asking, "Do they like me?" and start asking, "Do I respect myself?" That is the question that matters. Because in the end, the crowd will always change its tune. Yesterday's hero is tomorrow's villain. But your inner compass? That is yours to protect. And when you guard it, no amount of judgment can shake you. So remember this. Your worth is not a negotiation. It's not up for debate. It's not in someone else's hands. It's yours, always. And if that truth resonated with you, carry it forward. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this message with someone who needs this reminder. And let's continue building strength where it matters most, within. Chapter 5. Obstacles are opportunities in disguise. Every time you face a roadblock, your first instinct is to groan. Why now? Why me? You see the wall in front of you and think it's stopping your life. But what if I told you that very wall is the path forward? Marcus Aurelius once wrote words that still echo through time. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. To the Stoics, obstacles weren't setbacks. They were stepping stones. Picture this. A river meets a massive boulder. At first glance, the flow is stopped. But watch carefully. The water doesn't fight. It bends, it twists, it carves a new path. Over time, that boulder doesn't defeat the river transforms it. Your obstacles are the same. That failed project might teach you resilience. That heartbreak might open the door to deeper love. That rejection might redirect you toward the opportunity you truly needed. The obstacle never comes to break you. It comes to reveal you. History is full of people who turned roadblocks into breakthroughs. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before giving light to the world. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years behind bars, only to emerge stronger, shaping a nation. Even in chains, Epictetus found his freedom in philosophy. So when life throws something heavy in your path, don't just curse it. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? How can this serve me? Because when you whisper, obstacles are opportunities in disguise. You stop seeing life as an enemy, and you start seeing it as a teacher. And if this reminder shifted how you see your struggles, then stay with me. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this message with someone who feels stuck, and let's walk this journey together, turning every obstacle into a doorway forward. Chapter 6. I choose progress over perfection. Perfection. It's a trap that has stolen more dreams than failure ever could. We tell ourselves, I'll start when it's perfect. I'll speak up when I'm ready. I'll act when I have it all figured out. And in the waiting, life passes by. But here's the truth. Perfection doesn't exist. It's a mirage in the desert. You chase it, but the closer you get, the further it moves away. Think of a sculptor standing before a massive block of marble. At first, it's rough, shapeless, unimpressive. But the sculptor doesn't wait for the marble to be perfect. He takes the chisel, strikes the stone, and little by little, progress reveals the masterpiece hidden inside. Life works the same way. You are the sculptor, and your days are the strikes of the chisel. Every small step you take, every bit of effort, every lesson learned. It may not be perfect, but it is progress. And progress is what shapes greatness. Seneca once said, "While we wait for life, life passes." Waiting for perfect conditions is just another form of fear. The Stoics understood that action, not hesitation, is what moves the soul forward. So tell yourself every day, I choose progress over perfection. Because one imperfect action taken today is worth more than 1,000 perfect plans left undone. Don't wait to be flawless. Don't wait to be ready. Take the step, stumble, rise, and take another. That's how growth is built. That's how transformation begins. And if this struck a chord with you, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this message with someone who needs the courage to begin, and together, let's celebrate progress, one step at a time. Chapter 7. Gratitude is my power. We spend so much of our lives chasing what we don't have. More money, more recognition, more success. But here's the paradox. The more you chase, the emptier you feel. Why? Because fulfillment doesn't come from having more. It comes from noticing what's already here. The Stoics practiced this daily. Seneca reminded himself that wealth isn't found in overflowing treasuries, but in appreciating simple things. A meal, a roof, a friend. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of the vast Roman world, still wrote in his journal about the joy of ordinary mornings and the gratitude he felt for just being alive. Picture this. You wake up tomorrow and suddenly everything you take for granted, your sight, your voice, your loved ones, is gone. In that moment, wouldn't you give everything to have it back? Yet today, you already have it. Gratitude turns the ordinary into something extraordinary. Gratitude is not weakness. It's power. It grounds you when life feels chaotic. It humbles you when pride begins to rise. And it lifts you when hardship tries to crush you. When you whisper, gratitude is my power, you reclaim control over your perspective. Because while the world can take away possessions, it can never take away your ability to see beauty in what remains. So begin each day not by asking, what's missing, but by declaring, look at all that I have. Gratitude sharpens the eyes, softens the heart, and strengthens the soul. And if this reminder touched something within you, let's hold on to it together. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this message with someone who needs to see life with new eyes. And let's build a community fueled not by envy, but by gratitude. Chapter 8. Peace begins within me. The world is loud. News cycles scream of disasters. Social media fuels comparison. People argue, criticize, and demand your attention. And in the middle of it all, you wonder, how can I ever feel calm? But here's the truth. Peace doesn't come from the world outside. It begins inside you. Always. Marcus Aurelius wrote, nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions than your own soul. He led armies, ruled an empire, faced betrayal, disease, and loss. Yet he understood that his calm depended not on Rome's stability, but on the fortress of his own mind. Think of a ship in a storm. The waves crash, the wind howls, the sea rages. But the captain doesn't control the sea. He controls the wheel. And if his hand is steady, the ship survives. Your mind is that wheel. The storm is life. And peace is your steady hand. When you whisper, Peace begins within me. You stop chasing calm in other people's behavior, in perfect circumstances, or in the absence of problems. Instead, you build it where no storm can reach, inside your soul. Peace is not the absence of chaos. Peace is the presence of clarity in the middle of it. And the more you practice it, the stronger it becomes, until no noise in the world can shake the silence within you. So remind yourself, every day, peace isn't found out there. It starts here, in you. And if this truth gave you a moment of calm, let's grow that strength together. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this message with someone searching for peace. And let's build a community where the calm we carry inside becomes unshakable. Chapter 9. I am becoming who I'm meant to be. Life is not a finished painting. It's a canvas still wet with brushstrokes. Too often, we beat ourselves up because we're not there yet, not successful enough, not wise enough, not strong enough. But the truth is, you're not supposed to be finished. You're supposed to be becoming. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius never claimed to be perfect. His journal, Meditations, is filled with reminders to himself, corrections, and lessons. Epictetus, once a slave, didn't become a philosopher overnight. Growth was their daily work. Becoming was their daily purpose. Think of a seed. At first, it looks small, fragile, almost insignificant. But hidden inside is the power to become a towering tree. The seed doesn't apologize for not being a tree yet. It simply grows, one day at a time, stretching toward the light. You are no different. Every mistake, every lesson, every small victory is part of your becoming. And when you whisper, "I am becoming who I'm meant to be," you free yourself from the chains of self-criticism. You stop demanding perfection from yourself today and start respecting the process of growth. Because who you are today is not the final chapter. It's only a page. The story is still unfolding, and the best chapters are yet to be written. So hold your head high, keep moving forward, and trust the process of your own becoming. And if this journey through the 9 truths gave you strength, then don't let it end here. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this with someone who needs hope, and let's keep walking together, day by day, thought by thought, becoming everything we were meant to be. So now you've seen it. 9 truths the Stoics carried in their hearts. 9 reminders strong enough to shift the way you live every single day. Imagine what your life could look like if you didn't just hear them once, but whispered them to yourself daily, until they became part of who you are. The storms wouldn't feel as heavy. The obstacles wouldn't seem so impossible. And the noise of the world, it would lose its grip on you. Because you'd know the power lies right here, inside your own mind. But don't let this be another video you watch and forget. Let it be the one you remember, the one you carry with you tomorrow morning and every morning after. If this spoke to you, subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Share this with someone who needs a reminder of their own strength. And let's keep building a community of thinkers, fighters, and seekers. People who choose wisdom over noise, virtue over chaos. Your journey doesn't end here. In fact, it's only just beginning.